As a video producer and content creator, I get to use a lot of great equipment, but today I wanted to talk about a few of my favorite video gear items that I've got to use in 2024. So the first item is what I'm shooting this video on right now, and it's the Lumix S5 IIx camera. I love shooting in open gate 6K with this camera. The footage is just so crisp, and it has a ton of great features in it, like recording directly to SSDs and fantastic in-body image stabilization. And also, I find that the audio preamps sound really good. I'm just using the audio interface on top of it right now to use this microphone plugged directly into it. This has been a fantastic camera that I just always appreciate how the colors look and just how stable the footage is that I get out of it. And it just always looks so crispy. So I love the Lumix S5 IIx, and I've got to use a ton of great lenses on it. Right now, we're just shooting with the 35 f1.8. I've also really loved the 24 to 105 f4, and also the 14 to 28 millimeter is another fantastic lens as well. So that's probably been my favorite camera item of 2024, which is actually the camera that I'm shooting on right now. The next item is what I'm using to light this video, and it is the Amaran P6c. I love this light so much that I actually bought two of them. I've got one we're using as a key light, and then there's one just right above me, and I'm using that to add some blue fill light behind me. It just does a great job at lighting the scene up, and I love how versatile these lights are. They're not the brightest lights in the world. You do have to run them pretty bright and kind of close up to you if you want to light a shot up like this, but it's background lights and also just for on the go use. They're fantastic, and they have everything you need in the case, including a softbox too. And I just love that they're so slim on them, so you don't have to take up a bunch of space if you have them hanging from a ceiling or mounted on the light stand. Sometimes with the traditional light in a softbox, it can get kind of hard to get them in a tighter space because of the width and the depth of those lights. So overall, I've really loved the Amaran P60C lights. The next item is the Elgato prompter, which I'm not using for this video, but I have just loved the Elgato prompter. I control it with the Elgato Stream Deck pedal, and you can use that as a way to display scripts over your camera lens, or you can also use it as a secondary monitor with your computer, which is fantastic for Zoom calls or other online meetings because you can use your camera as a webcam, and then you can look directly into your webcam and put someone's picture over it so that you can actually watch them on your camera lens. So it's just insane how well that works. I also like to use it as a video monitor for myself too. So sometimes I'll just put it directly on my camera, run my capture card with my computer, and then I'll just display the video I'm shooting on top of the camera lens so I can just look directly at it, make sure that it's recording the whole time. So I love the Elgato prompter. It has just sped my workflow up so much, and it was worth every single penny. The next item that I've really loved actually was sent to me for free, and it's the Neewer mini V-mount batteries. And it doesn't have to be the Neewer ones. I've also got to use the small rig ones a lot this year too, and they work fantastic at keeping all your camera rig powered for a long amount of time without having to constantly be cycling through individual batteries on everything. So I like to run mine with a dummy battery plugged into my S5 IIx, and now with that, I'm able to get hours and hours of battery life on my S5 IIx, and I don't have to worry about constantly turning my camera off or on or cycling through batteries. And you can also use it if you want to power things like a camera monitor or a wireless or other accessories that you might want to use with a camera rig. I also really love using them in handheld mode because it adds just a little bit of heft, but you will need some additional rigging to set that up, like the small rig mini V-mount battery plate. That works fantastic as well. So I love the mini V-mount batteries. The one I've specifically used is the Neewer PS099E. That gives tons of runtime for small mirrorless cameras. So I highly recommend picking up a couple of those to keep your camera setups running. The next item I've really liked, and I was really resistant of this, is the Rode Wireless Pro wireless microphone system. So I had the wireless Go 2, and I didn't really love the sound quality I was getting out of the built-in microphone on it, and that's really what I got it for, was to use the built-in microphone. And I found that the clip on it didn't seem to work super well, but the Wireless Pro has these magnetic mounts, so you can just attach it directly to your shirt really easily. It also includes two lavs in the box as well, and there's two transmitters, one receiver. You can use the receiver plug directly into your phone with the USB cable if you want, or you can also use it with the camera. And it also records all the audio direct to the transmitters as well. So this has just come in handy for interviews when I'm using two people, want to mic both of them up, and then you can have the audio files both separate on each individual transmitter and pull those out in case there's any interference or issues with it. The battery life on them is pretty good. It comes in a charging case. I've really loved the Rode Wireless Pro. The last item is kind of an honorary mention, and that's because it's about to have a successor come out, and it's the iFootage Shark Slider Nano. I'm really looking forward to trying out the Nano 2 soon because it's going to integrate with DJI gimbals to give you even more different ways that you can get really cool shots. But I use the Shark Slider Nano in pretty much every video on this channel to get really smooth B-roll shots. Probably the biggest con to the Nano is sometimes for macro shots, if you don't have the camera balanced on it properly, you will get some micro jitters. So I'm hoping they fix that with the Shark Slider Nano too, but I found the Nano 1 to be perfectly usable just with some of those shots where I have to recalibrate the slider until it wants to cooperate again. So a lot of people say sliders are dead, but sliders are not dead. You can get some amazing footage with them. So those are my favorite camera gear items of 2024. And again, most of these I did purchase with my own money. Neewer sent me some of those batteries to check out, but I highly recommend all of those different items that we talked about. If you want to check out individual video reviews of all those, I will have links for those in the description or the show notes. And also I'll have links if you want to buy them in those individual videos as well. Also, I wanted to announce I just launched channel memberships for my YouTube channel. So if you're looking for a way to support the channel, to get priority response to your comments, or also to join in on members only live streams and members only giveaways, I would love it if you would consider being a part of the channel memberships. So you can find more info about that on my YouTube channel if you're interested in that. Have a great day and hope to see you in some future content.